The film begins with a man named Sam traveling on a train. His life isn't going well. He faces trouble at every turn. It turns out he's headed to a desolate, desert-like city where he's to start a new job. He's sitting alone on the train, eating lunch, and a woman sits across from him, accompanied by her child. Seeing her plight, Sam gives her his food. When he gets off at the station, the entire place is empty. However, the company had said a man named Rick would come to pick him up. Sam looks around. Then he sees a man in a room. Sam tries to talk to him, but the man ignores him. Sam asks him where the bathroom is. The man simply gestures. Sam gets angry, but he remains silent and goes to the bathroom. After finishing, a man's voice comes from outside. "Get out quickly, brother. Even water costs money here." In fact, it's Rick who's supposed to take Sam to the company. Sam says, "It's done, brother, I'm just leaving." They both get into the car and head for the company. On the way, Rick tells Sam he'll have to pay $300 for the travel. Sam is shocked. "Dude, the company said $200. Rick angrily says, "If you can pay $300, fine. Otherwise, get off." Sam thinks there's another way, so he agrees. After a while, the heat becomes unbearable. Sam tries to turn on the AC. Rick immediately angrily says, "Don't touch the AC or the engine will stall." Suddenly, the car's tire gets punctured. Rick doesn't do anything and tells Sam to go change it. Sam, compelled, starts changing it. Meanwhile, he sees a dog attacking another dog. Sam is terrified. Rick comes over and says, "Why are you trembling? This happens." Then, he kills the injured dog himself to prevent it from suffering any further. Sam changes the tire with great difficulty. Then they get back in the car. They stop at the car to refuel and plan to spend the night there. They gather wood and light a fire. Rick asks, "Why are you going to such a faraway company?" Sam replies, "Life is very difficult, man. I don't want to be dependent on anyone, and I'm sure I'll get a good job at that company." Rick replies, "You're a good guy, but the place you're going is blood-sucking. The honest man won't survive there." Sam says, "Let's see what happens." The next day, the journey resumes. Sam is driving. Rick falls asleep. Because of the heat, Sam secretly turns on the AC. After a while, the engine stalls. Rick wakes up and becomes angry at Sam. "Oh, brother, I told you not to mess with the AC." He angrily gets out of the car. Sam also gets out and apologizes to Rick, making Rick even angrier. He says, "Shut up, I won't hear you." Sam then goes to pee. A little distance away, he sees a shining stone. Upon closer inspection, he realizes it's pure gold. He immediately calls out to Rick, "Come here, check if I'm dreaming." Rick is shocked as soon as he sees it. He takes out a lighter, lights a fire, and places it on the rock. He says if it turns black, it's a normal stone, otherwise it's pure gold. The rock remains as it is, meaning the gold is confirmed. Now both of them unload their supplies and begin digging a hole to retrieve the gold. They use all their strength, but the rock won't budge. Rick tries to tie the gold to the cart with a rope to pull it, but the rope breaks because the gold is heavy. They continue digging all day. The sun is setting. Rick says, "Quickly, gather wood, because wild dogs are roaming around. They'll bite us at night. If we light a fire, they'll run away in fear." They gather wood, light a fire, and burst into joyful music and dance. Rick hugs Sam and says, "I'll get you a car with full AC." That night, they sit together and make a plan. Rick says, "This gold rock is huge. Even if we dig for months, we won't be able to extract it. So, one man will stay here near the rock, and the other will bring the excavator." Sam says, "Brother, you go and get it. I'll take care of the rock." Rick says, "No, brother, you go and sit near the rock. This is a desert. There are wild animals everywhere. You won't be able to bear it." Sam says, "It's okay, don't worry about me. I'll survive. You're a thief anyway. You might run away with the gold. How can I trust you?" Rick says, "Okay, brother, I'm leaving. You take care of the gold." The next day, they distribute rations. Rick gives Sam a satellite phone so they can stay in touch. Rick says, "A friend of mine has a digging machine. I'll get that. Just pray the car doesn't break down on the way. It might take me 5 days to get back." Then he leaves. Sam covers the gold with dirt so that anyone passing by won't be able to see it. He also sets up a small tent near the rock and puts all his belongings inside. Before sunset, he gathers wood to light a fire. At night, he lights the fire and sits down. He eats a little of the food and puts the rest away. Suddenly, he wakes up. He hears the howling of stray dogs and realizes that being alone makes him easy prey. He panics and falls asleep with his knife in his hand. The next morning, he awakens to the scorching sun. He's extremely hot and exhausted. He hasn't had enough sleep and the sun's heat burns his skin. Just then, the satellite phone rings. Sam runs to the phone, but the call is disconnected. He sits in the tent, looking at the gold, thinking that the first thing he'll do after selling it is to buy a big house. Then Sam wanders around the nearby area. He sees a crashed plane in the distance. He immediately goes to the crashed plane and decides to stay there. But the gold rock is hidden from his sight. So, he picks up some pieces of the plane and sets up a tent near the rock. Sam rests for a while to conserve water and reduce fatigue. Suddenly, he hears noises from outside as if someone is stealing the gold rock. He goes out, but nothing happens. The rock remains the same. He sits down next to it. Then an idea strikes him. Why not chip a piece of gold from it? Sam picks up the stone and begins to break it, and he manages to break off a large large piece of gold, cleans it off the dirt, and keeps it. Just then Rick calls. Sam asks, "Hey brother, where are you? The sun has made me miserable." Rick replies, "My engine's broken. I'll be a little late." Sam says, "Hurry up, I'll die of thirst." Rick says, "It'll take me a few more days to get back," and hangs up. At night, Sam sits in front of the fire when dogs start howling from all sides. Sam, afraid they might all attack at once, clutches a burning stick in his hand to scare them away. He stays awake all night fearing the dogs. Morning comes. He wants to sleep, but the sun has burned his skin. The pain prevents him from sleeping. He goes to drink water, but there's very little left. Just then, he sees a snake coming towards him. He tries to kill it so he can eat as his food is almost gone. However, while killing the snake, the water bottle falls, leaving only a little water left. Then he goes back to the plain area, hoping to find something to eat. Then he sees a person approaching in the distance. He immediately goes inside and hides in the plane, but the person comes near the plane and asks Sam to come out. Upon reaching closer, he realizes it's a girl who wants to talk to him, but Sam refuses to talk to her. The girl asks, "What are you doing sitting here, and why did you choose this place?" Sam says nothing, just remains silent. After a while, Sam tells the girl that she can stay on the plane and leaves. The girl says, "You're hiding something from me." She follows Sam and follows him to the camp. Sam panics. He thinks he should somehow get her out of here before she sees the gold. Sam asks the girl, "Why are you after me? You're not needed here. You should leave." The girl replies, "I won't leave until I find out why you're trying to drive me away. You must be hiding something from me." Just then, her eyes fall on the gold. She says, "So you've become the owner of all the gold. You'll take this entire treasure alone. Now listen to me. I won't leave until I get half of it." Sam becomes enraged. He picks up a stick and hits her directly on the head. The girl dies on the spot. Sam is shocked. He can't believe he killed someone out of greed. Then he composes himself, gathers all her valuables, digs a pit, and buries her body. A little while later, he sees a dog trying to dig the body out of the pit. Sam runs over, removes the dog, pulls the body out, and sets it on fire, burning it. The next day, his phone rings. Sam wakes up to Rick. "Hey brother, where are you? I'm dying of hunger. If you don't come quickly, I'll die of hunger and thirst." Rick replies, "Sorry friend, I know you're in a lot of trouble. I'm coming quickly. This digging machine is very slow. It'll take a little more time." Sam becomes worried. He's exhausted from hunger and thirst, and he's afraid of being attacked by a wild animal. A little while later, he sees a car passing by. He thinks, why not take a piece of gold and leave? But the lure of more gold stops him. He could have taken a piece of gold that could have changed his life, but his desire for more keeps him here. Before evening, Sam gathers wood for the night, but suddenly a violent sandstorm hits. He runs toward the tent, but the storm blows his tent away. Sam runs for cover, only to find a tree falling on him. After the storm subsides, Sam finds himself buried in mud, a piece of wood poking through his stomach. But Sam's greed for gold is so strong that instead of digging the wood out of his stomach, he heads straight for the gold. He goes on all fours. Raph searches for the gold and finally finds a piece. Sam jumps with joy. Then he takes a stick from his stomach, and the wound begins to bleed profusely. He takes a piece of cloth and bandages the wound, but the bleeding doesn't stop. Out of compulsion, he heats a piece of can and applies it to the wound. This causes Sam so much pain that he faints. After a while, he regains consciousness. He sees the same girl he killed everywhere. His mind is spinning. He doesn't know if it's real or just an illusion. Just then, the phone rings. Rick calls. Sam screams, "Man, that girl is everywhere." Rick says, "Which girl? Look, make sure no one finds out about the gold. If anyone finds out, kill her." But Sam's condition is so bad that he can't even stand on his own feet, let alone kill anyone. He's crawling on the ground, not even daring to respond. Suddenly, the same girl appears standing in front of him, but this time there are no wounds on her face. She gives Sam water and asks for help, but Sam, so blinded by his lust for gold, refuses to accept help. Sam, terrified, says, "I killed you. Stay away." She replies, "Just tell me, did my twin sister pass by?" Sam is convinced it's not a hallucination. It's the sister of the girl he killed. Sam replies, "No, I didn't see anything. Just get out of here." The girl leaves. Moments later, wild dogs begin to approach him and surround him. He immediately calls Rick. He asks Rick, "Where are you? Come quickly, or these dogs will kill me." He begins crying and pleads with Rick, "Please come quickly. I'm about to die." Rick says, "Stop. I'm just about to reach." Suddenly, the dogs attack. One by one, they start biting him. Here we see Rick sitting away from Sam, observing everything through binoculars. He had actually arrived there several days earlier with the machine and was just waiting for Sam to die so that he could take all the gold alone. Rick then hides himself. He sees Sam being dragged away by wild dogs. Even then, Sam is still staring at the gold. The dogs then tear Sam to pieces and devour him. When Rick is certain that Sam is dead, he takes his cart and arrives to pick up the gold. But suddenly, an arrow strikes him directly in the chest, killing him. The shooter turns out to be none other than the girl's twin sister. If this movie breakdown held your attention, please subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon. We publish new movie explanations every day. Let me know in the comments, what was the most shocking moment for you? Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.